Alright guys, since this is winding down Madden 11, I wanted to give y'all a bonus this week and break down an entire offensive scheme that's kind of, to me, been very overlooked this year, but yet very effective to me, and is one formation in particular, pass balance, split slot. And normally when I do schemes, I break them up into separate parts so people can see, how many, tips there are per week, but I think that this scheme is going to be best broken down if I do all the tips and all the video just in one, because then it flows a little bit better since it's the offensive scheme. And so with that said, I'm just going to do one video for this entire scheme. This is going to count as 3 tips for this week, just to make sure everyone's understands that you're getting, actually you're getting bonus tips this week, but just because I'm doing it in one video, I don't want y'all to get confused. So we're going to break down about 4 or 5 plays here. So you're definitely getting a lot of value this week. But just because you only see this as one video, please don't get it confused and think it's just one tip, because it's a full scheme. It's going to count as 3 tips, even though it's more plays than that. Alright, so let's get into the scheme right here. The first thing I want to explain is why I'm using the tight end backfield package. The reason why I'm doing that is because with most teams in the game that are popular, whether it be the Colts, the Packers, the Raiders, whatever. Most of those teams, well, really all of them, Dallas Clark, Michael Finley, Zach Miller, have a really, really good tight end, and their running back depth tails off after the first guy. So that just because this player is going to be important at fullback. So I'm more confident with my 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 running back, than 2 running backs and 3 receivers, or 2 receivers and a tight end. So that's why we're doing this here, because we're actually going to use this player a good bit in the running and passing game. Now, first things first, I want to break down the running game, which is going to consist of the draw and the fullback dive. I don't really like the off tackle. It's very inconsistent. You can't get some big plays out of it, like you may get a 50-yard run if someone's just blitzing you crazy up the middle, but at the same time, could go 5 plays in a row where you get stuffed in the backfield or get 1 or 2 yards. So it's just not worth running. However, the fullback dive is a very, very good play. I mean, even if we just go random play right here, and look at this D. I mean, you're still probably going to get a couple yards here, at least. I mean, still you got 4 yards and they're blitzing the crib. Now here, I mean, this play is just really, really good. This to me is the best fullback dive that I've used this year, bar none. I mean, you see I'm just running against random Ds. So, I mean, really, anything that's run against you, it's going to be fine going against. And the thing is, that running back motion is really, really important, because one of my better passing plays from this formation uses that same running back auto motion. And that's going to be a key that's not going to allow the defense to play the run or the pass. And look, the key is you just kind of read off your blocks. I mean, just kind of, get yards. I mean, you see I got a huge yardage every time I've done this play. So it's a very, very effective play. Okay, now the draw, while that fullback dive we can run pretty much against anything, the draw is more so if someone's, bringing outside heat or dropping D lineman back in coverage. You don't really want to run the draw if they're blitzing you heavy like I did with the fullback dive play. Alright, so say we're running a contained blitz, okay? It really doesn't matter what side they're running the contained blitz from, even. If they're running a contained blitz, period, this play will work. I mean, whether it's coming from the left or the right. See here, I mean, it's got really, really, really solid blocking. I mean, even if they're only rushing 4 or 5 guys, you could run this play. But, if it's something where they're bringing like a double A-gap nano, there's no way in the world you want to run this play against that. The fullback dive would actually work fine, because with that auto motion, it's going to take at least 1 guy out of the box. So it's it's an excellent, excellent running play. I actually played against one guy way, way early in the year that used this as a scheme. This is the only time I've seen anyone use this scheme this year, or this formation as a scheme. Now, his scheme wasn't even all that advanced, to be honest with you, but it still was very, very difficult just with the 2 or 3 plays he ran, which were simply the draw, the dive, and 1 passing play, which I haven't gotten into yet. So, anyway, here's an all-out coverage type of D we got right here. And let's see how this works out. I mean, you can see that the way the fullback blocks is just so good, although he didn't do the best job right there, but the blocking angle is on point. You can get nice yardage. Alright, so that's the run game. But now let's get into the pass game because the pass game here is pretty much off the chain. We got two main passing plays I like, sometimes three. First thing I want to look at is if someone uses man coverage. I got two plays I'm gonna look to use. The first is HB option, and this is good for any sort of man coverage that where they're playing off of you. Okay, if they're pressing you, this play is not as good. But if they're playing off, or if they're backed up or just simply not pressing, this will work fine. So, I say they're bringing some sort of blitz. I don't know. I mean anything will work. Any sort of blitz where they're trying to. I mean, as long as they're not playing bump and run. So we don't want to do that. All right. So this will work fine. All right. Anyway, now against man coverage, this X receiver route is unbelievable. This is really our only read we need against man coverage, no bump. And that time he dropped the ball, but let's look at that again. And let's actually check the replay out so you can see what I'm talking about. This cut he makes is just ridiculous. As soon as you take a 1.5 step drop, you want to throw a ball pass down into the inside, and he gets like a speed burst to the inside, and he's going to beat the DB all day. Now, unfortunately, he drops the ball, but if he doesn't, that's 10 yards of pop easy, no matter what they're doing. I mean, as long as they're not bumping you, that's money. Now, even if they do bump you, I mean, that route will get crazy separation sometimes. It kind of depends on the receiver. Gonzalez is iffy, but for say we had Reggie Wayne there, this route would be deadly. So he didn't get that great of separation right there, but still we threw up the jump pass. He almost got it. So as you see here, this play is much more reliable when they're not bumping you. When they're not bumping you, it's basically taking candy from a baby. If they're bumping you, I mean, it's hit or miss depending on the receiver. I don't really recommend using this against bump and run coverage unless you got elite receiver running the routes, such as the Reggie Wayne. However, the play we got here that does not matter if they're playing man bump, man man press, man backed up, man anything man, Z option is the play you want to be running. I'm telling you, this play right here is simply unbelievable how good it is. I don't care if they're in cover one, man press, two-man under, whatever. All you need here is this running back route. And if you have a fast running back, good God Almighty, this play is unbelievable. Now you're probably noticing that X receiver is a similar route. Yeah, it is, but the X receivers line up honestly a little bit different here. And with this auto motion route, you bring another defender in the equation. So to me, it's a little too risky. I pretty much just always throw a pass to the running back in the flat. I've never seen man coverage, no matter if it's a DB, a linebacker, no matter what they do with this guy. I've never seen man coverage be able to play this auto motion running back route. It to me is the best auto motion route in the game, and it's not even close. I mean, this play right here is truly a hidden gem. I mean, I've not really seen, like I said, I've only seen one person run this formation all year, and he just used the running game and the HB option play. He didn't even use this play. I found this play myself a while ago, but never could really put a scheme together until I got bored with Carolina and I started to run other playbooks. And I sat down with pass balance, and I just couldn't believe why I overlooked this formation, because this formation is just such money. I mean, there's no way to defend this in man coverage. That was two-man under, or that was cover one. Let's go with two-man under and actually use the speed package from 4-6. It's not going to make any difference. And Adai is slow as molasses. Okay, imagine this with a fast running back. All we're doing is throwing a bullet pass, no pass lead. And, I mean, it's pretty much going to be, as you see here, it's going to pretty much be about 10 yards a pop. I mean, if you have a faster running back, you can get a lot more yards. But, I mean, even though this is a faster player and he's somewhat close, this is going to be a very, very hard tackle for a DB to make an open field on any running back. And a linebacker or safety is simply not going to be fast enough to even attempt to tackle. The DB is going to, he's not close enough to wrap up fully, so half the time he's going to fall off him, and you get in 10 yards a pop, if not more, anytime they're in man. Now, if they're in zone, there's one play I like to use above all, and it just is because of the dots we have here. Slot post. I don't care what type of zone they're running, they're not going to be able to stop this play if they're playing zone. And mark my words on that. This play right here is pretty much the kryptonite for anyone playing zone. Alright, so a couple things here. what we like to do here is basically slant out X, smart route A. Now, slant out X is going to be the reason why you see a lot of people move this guy to the outside, because if they're playing zone and you have a slant out on the outside, it's going to be pretty easy to use a catch with just a deep zone. But a purple zone gives you more of an ability to stop it. But this player coming over the middle is going to be over deep to intermediate middle hard. The streak route's going to be a nice little combo. The running back circle route is amazing. And last but not least, we got to put the fullback / tight end on the drag route, motion him to the right, and snap the ball right after he sets. Now we got just too many players to beat zone. Right there, yeah, whatever. You know, we got 4 yards, maybe 3 yards, I don't know. But we could have waited a split second longer and got more yards. Just didn't want to take the chance of getting hit. But, I mean, that's a chain mover. That right there is what you call a chain mover. So let's say they're in cover 2. I mean, nothing changes no matter what zone they're playing. We just got to make our reads. You know, sometimes, you know, the running back may be the best option. Sometimes, you know, the tight end on the drag route might be the best option. Sometimes the smart routed post route. Sometimes the slant out route. You know, it really doesn't matter. Someone is getting open, if not multiple people. I'm trying to find a cover 4. Yeah, because cover 4 is actually probably the most common zone beat you'll see these days, in my opinion, anyway, as far as the people I play and high level competition. So, you know, to me, you gotta be able to beat cover 4. And the C route by the running back is one of the best ways to do that, because whether they're in hooks dropping back with the outside linebackers, or whether they're purples, even if you got 2 guys in a spy, you know, it doesn't matter. The spies might help take away the drag route, but you're not going to be able to get back on that smart routed route or the running back route. And if it's one-on-one with the slant out route, I mean, good night. Good night. If you're trying to play one-on-one with a slant route on the outside, good luck. You know, that's all I'm going to say about that. I mean, trying to play one-on-one with a outside slant route with a deep zone, that's just not happening. We don't even need to do a face throw that everyone's so obsessed with. That's just an easy throw and catch. I mean, come on. No pass-through, just bullet that in there. Deep zones play way too far off on slant out routes for him to be able to react to that ball. So, I mean, this is our zone beater. We got, take a look at it, slot post. For the run, we got fullback dive, HP draw. For man, we got Z option and ace B option. Now, let's just break a couple more things down real quickly. Let's just look at our, audibles. Decent play here, but I mean, I really use it. Fullback dive, great formation audible for the run. Love it. Slot post, one of my favorite play against zone. Love it. PA pass, I don't really like it. So with that said, definitely want to have HB option and Z option in your audibles. Or, the draw, if you think you can live with the fullback dive, you don't have to put it in your audibles, but honestly, I would still recommend it. That's 3 audibles. So if you want to run other formations like the tight flex, or you could even come out in the tight flex and then audible to that, because then you come out in the tight formation, get the read, and then you have one of the best strong close in the game. But the quick toss, maybe wide trail in your audibles. You could even work with some gun. You got the snug split, corners and goes, wide receiver in, bend switch, lovely formation right here. So as you see, this can be the bread and butter. Make up 3 audibles. Maybe just 2, depending on what you want to do. But this is a great playbook. Very overlooked. Has a lot of nice things, as you've seen here. Build a formation around. And the split slot, to me, is the top one in this playbook, and one of the best formations really in the game to build a scheme around. So, hope you guys enjoyed the scheme, and we'll see y'all next week.